Today's like goal is 4,100 likes. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. Your likes and comments are the only thing I need to keep going. Now, let's continue. The episode starts with the Ox King standing with a dead serious face, showing off his six-pack abs, while Seo Jun just in front of him stands confidently with a smug smile. Oren and his lackeys sit there sweating, staring at Seo Jun. They can't believe it. They think he's the Black Dragon. But why is he in human form? And what on earth is the Black Dragon doing here? Maintaining his arrogant and dominating attitude, Seo Jun shouts in a loud voice, "I am the Great Black Dragon. My name is Seo Jun, and I've taken human form to complete a mission. I also possess the power to appraise rare magic items, and lies don't work on me." He continues, "I will appraise all your items, Oren, and then decide their true value." Oren, sweating bullets, runs over to Seo Jun and stammers, "Yes, Sir Black Dragon!" But inside, Oren was thinking, what a jackpot! The Great Black Dragon, the strongest being who controls the tower. If I impress him, I won't have to worry about anyone messing with me in this entire tower. I have to become his friend no matter what. Oren takes out all his items from his bag while Seo Jun watches, arms crossed. Oren keeps his head low as he pulls out a paint roller, a lighter, a nail cutter, a pencil pouch, and a stapler. Trying to keep his composure, Oren says in a submissive voice, "These are all my precious items, Great Black Dragon." Seo Jun, unimpressed, stares at the items and recognizes them instantly. These are just common Earth objects. Trash. None of them are magical. And they're not even new. This is junk people throw away. Seo Jun picks up the roller and thinks, this is just an ordinary roller. How did that scammer Scarum get his hands on this garbage? Meanwhile, Oren, seeing Seo Jun examining the roller, gets excited. Maybe the Great Black Dragon likes my items. Oren, trying to sound proud, says, "As expected from the Great Black Dragon! Your eyes are truly sharp. This is a roller cleaner. It uses adhesive magic to get rid of dust and fur." Seo Jun can't believe it. This guy is trying to sell trash like it's some legendary item. With an annoyed face, Seo Jun asks, "How much are you selling this for?" Oren, brimming with confidence, replies, 50 tower coins." Hearing 50 tower coins, Oren's lackeys start whispering to each other in shock. Oren bought that from Scarum for just 5 tower coins. Now he's selling it for 10 times the price in front of the Great Black Dragon. Is he out of his mind? Inside, Oren was feeling pretty smug. My work here is done. He really might have a knack for being a merchant. "Well, what do you think, Great Black Dragon?" Oren asked, still hopeful. "This item is legendary, right? It's extremely rare even outside the tower. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own such an item." Seo Jun had enough. He let out an annoyed sigh, his face turning dead serious. He glared at Oren and, with a deep voice, said, "Didn't I tell you that lies don't work on me?" Seo Jun then grabbed the roller, pulled off the adhesive paper, and shouted, "This is just normal trash. This is paper with no magic in it whatsoever. It's a consumable product from Earth where it's basically worthless. There are tons of these on the streets for free!" With anger, Seo Jun ripped the paper from the roller and threw it to the ground. "All this stuff you brought is trash, not a single magic item. All you've done is bring me common junk anyone could find outside the tower. Even a beggar wouldn't want this." Scarum had assured him that these were magic items, and he suggests something might have gone wrong. But before Oren can complete his thoughts, he is abruptly silenced. Ox King, furious beyond words, slams his hand onto the ground with such force that the shockwave sends Oren flying into the air. The ground shakes violently, and the rocks beneath them begin to crack. With a thunderous voice, Ox King demands how Oren could dare question the Great Black Dragon, his fury evident in every word. Ox King's heavy breathing creates a whirlwind of pressure that shakes everything in the vicinity. Despite his outward display of confidence, Seo Jun feels the weight of Ox King's power. Inside, Seo Jun is terrified, knowing that Ox King is 100 times stronger than him. The tension in the air is thick, and even Seo Jun feels as if he might pass out at any moment. Oren, completely overwhelmed with fear, drops to his knees and presses his forehead against the ground, begging for forgiveness. He repeatedly admits that the Great Black Dragon can never be wrong and insists that he was mistaken. He pleads over and over, asking for Seo Jun to spare his life, acknowledging that Scarum had scammed him. Oren begins to curse Scarum under his breath, but he knows it's too late to change anything. Seeing Oren groveling on the ground, Seo Jun decides to show mercy, explaining that he is in a good mood and won't kill Oren. However, Seo Jun then informs Oren that he has another problem, his debt. Oren, still trembling, looks up in confusion. Seo Jun reminds him that he has racked up a considerable debt for all the goods and services he has taken, including water, food, and more. Oren, shocked and in disbelief, asks how Seo Jun could possibly know about that. Seo Jun, with a smirk, explains that he owns everything on the 99th floor. The water, the fish, and the restaurant all belong to him. Oren is dumbfounded, realizing just how deep he's fallen into the trap. At that moment, the rabbits, Sickle Rabbit, Chubby Rabbit, and Gray Rabbit, arrive and present the contract, calculating the debt. Sickle Rabbit runs through the list of charges, including food, water, and lodging, explaining that since it's been 3 days without payment, the total now amounts to 500 tower coins. On top of that, there are additional charges for cleaning up after Oren's illegal activities on the land, bringing the total debt to 1,000 tower coins. Ox King, still maintaining his stern demeanor, clarifies the final condition. If Oren and his lackeys can't pay the debt in coins, they will have to repay it with their bodies. Oren is left in shock, not understanding what paying with their bodies means. Ox King, noticing Oren's confusion, explains the process. He places a large wooden box in front of Oren and tells him that he will need to make bricks. Oren and his lackeys will be tasked with filling the box with wet mud, letting it dry, and producing brick after brick until they repay the debt. As the scene shifts, Seo Jun observes the Minotaurs hard at work, producing thousands of bricks. The scene shows white Minotaurs, black Minotaurs, and even female Minotaurs laboring away, making bricks and transporting them. Seo Jun informs Oren and his lackeys that they will need to make 100,000 bricks in order to repay their debt. There will be no leaving until their debt is fully cleared. Oren, feeling completely dead inside, looks around at the endless sea of Minotaurs and realizes the extent of his predicament. The once proud, wandering merchant is now reduced to brick-making labor with no escape in sight. Then Oren and his lackey look at the fallen brick and react as if they've seen a ghost. Oren, in disbelief, mutters that there's no way they can make such big bricks. Seo Jun, with a calm voice, agrees and points out the harsh reality. Oren and his lackey can probably make at most 10 bricks a day, meaning it would take them 10,000 days to make 100,000 bricks. But it doesn't end there. Oren will need food and water for those 10,000 days, and since Oren doesn't have any money, he'll have to work another 10,000 days to pay that off. Seo Jun lays it all out clearly. This is a lifetime enslavement situation. Oren and his lackey realize the horror of the situation. Their faces were worth seeing as they processed the thought of making bricks for the rest of their lives. Their ears and tails droop in fear and shock, feeling like they might faint from the overwhelming truth. In sheer desperation, Oren begs Seo Jun to forgive him, pleading for just one chance. Anything other than making bricks for the rest of his life. Seo Jun, still maintaining a dominant tone, sits down and speaks with a kind tone. He tells Oren that he has a soft spot for cat merchants, and because Oren is also a cat, he's willing to give him another chance. Oren, still kneeling with folded hands, is shocked but relieved to hear this second opportunity. Seo Jun explains with a polite smile that he runs many businesses, and the head of his distribution unit could use some help. All Oren has to do is follow the head of the unit and assist with his tasks. As a merchant, Oren will help with carrying items, selling goods, and making sure the head of the unit is taken care of. In simple terms, Oren just needs to follow orders. Seo Jun continues, explaining that if Oren and his lackey had been stuck making bricks, they wouldn't be able to repay their debt even after a lifetime of work. But as an intern to the head of the distribution unit, they can earn enough in 10,000 days to repay the 1,000 tower coins loan. And the best part? Seo Jun will provide them with free food, water, grilled fish, and even a place to stay. Hearing this, Oren's heart leaps with joy. He immediately agrees, seeing this as a far better alternative than making bricks forever. Seo Jun then orders Sickle Rabbit to bring out the contract, and they begin signing. Oren, in his mind, feels lucky. This deal is practically a miracle. He's thinking that he'll be working under a legendary high-level wandering merchant and will have food, water, and shelter provided for free. Even if the head of the unit is a devil, Oren thinks it's worth it for the benefits. Once the contract is signed, Seo-jun congratulates Oren and tells him the next steps. As Seo-jun turns around, his gaze falls on Theo, who has been standing nearby. Seo-jun, with a smile, introduces Theo as the head of the distribution unit. Then in a flash, Theo leaps onto Seo-jun's shoulder and Oren's face instantly shifts from joy to shock. Oren screams, pointing at Theo, filled with anger. He shouts, asking what the beggar Theo is doing here. Theo, not one to take insults lightly, jumps off Seo-jun's shoulder and delivers a punch straight to Oren's head, reminding him that he's just an intern now. Theo tells Oren that he's still his subordinate and must show respect to his senior. With a wicked smile, Theo turns to Oren and his lackeys, informing them that they are now under his command. He tells them he is the first subordinate of the Great Black Dragon, and they will all need to treat him with proper respect from now on. He makes it clear that all three of them must listen to him. With a furious tone, Theo demands, "Is that clear? Answer me!" Both Oren and his lackey quickly nod and call Theo their boss, stating that they understood. Oren, still confused, rubs the spot where Theo punched him and thinks that this situation might be worse than signing a contract with the devil. Meanwhile, Theo, filled with energy and confidence, leads Oren and his boys to a nearby tomato farm. He enthusiastically explains their new job of harvesting tomatoes while Oren remains in shock, unable to comprehend how Theo could possibly be the subordinate of the Great Black Dragon. Oren's lackeys are stunned by the sight of such a large tomato farm. Seo-jun, watching from behind, can't help but feel amused. He's genuinely impressed with how Theo is stepping into his leadership role, but a part of Seo-jun is also concerned that Theo might be overworking himself. Now, with subordinates under his command, Theo will finally have the chance to rest. What's more, Seo-jun realizes with a grin that Theo is getting a little revenge on the very person who once troubled him the most. Oren is now under Theo's thumb. Then, the Ox King appears, expressing his gratitude to Theo for taking on such a troublesome task. The Ox King even says that he's only doing what the Black Dragon asked him to, emphasizing his deep respect for Seo-jun. The Ox King, practically drooling with hunger, catches Seo-jun's attention. Realizing that the Ox King is famished, Seo-jun tells him there are plenty of green onions nearby that would otherwise go bad, suggesting that he go ahead and eat them. Before Seo-jun can even finish speaking, the Ox King dashes over to the green onion patch, tearing through the leaves and eating them while thanking Seo-jun. Seo-jun, feeling satisfied with the day's events, turns back toward the tomato farm only to hear Theo screaming. Theo is scolding lackey number 1 for breaking an unripened tomato, then turning to lackey number 2 and lecturing her about removing the tomato's stem, warning that it will devalue the product. Furious, Theo continues to educate them on the basics of farming, clearly enjoying his role as the boss. Seo-jun, watching from a distance, chuckles to himself, remarking that Theo has really come a long way. He recalls when Theo was just as clueless, and now he's taking charge. Seo-jun laughs, feeling proud of how far his friend has come. For an hour, Theo lectures his newly formed team of subordinates, grinning to himself with a wicked smile. Inside, he's loving every moment of this newfound power. Scolding someone feels amazing, and Theo savors the feeling as the episode draws to an end. Please write 73-incher in the comments for the next part. Goodbye.